So we're back with Reverse 1999, and we're gonna try to finish up the main event, so we can start doing the character stories.
Please note that your strategizing is exceeding.
Right before, since I'm not sure, we'll just do the trailer just in case, and then we'll start the story.
What was it that we wanted? To be remembered as heroes.
I believe this wasn't back in World War I.
Or to perish and be forgotten. Yet we knew we never had a choice.
The flames of perdition follow at your heels.
What? You killed them all.
But you may yet be cleansed.
Stop. Stay away from me.
Repent.
In case you guys don't
Who
know,
are you?
she's a gargoyle.
You goddamn monster.
We have a situation. The colonel was just taken out within our safe zone.
Eyes up.
Who are you? We do have a confirmed sighting of the sniper.
Sniper.
The Manus are probably lurking nearby. Take Marsha with you. Find them.
This makes me want to play Valkyrie stories again, or Valkyrie Chronicles. The tank.
6 years of war has deeply shaken our faith.
Sharon is going to be the next banner character.
I'll come find you after the war ends. How does that sound?
I now know the true cause of the conflict. And I have seen the face of the true enemy. Farewell, Garon.
I want you to save yourself.
On the 11th hour,
What do you mean, like your stream time?
come to an end.
Scheiße! Scheiße! Deckung! Sanitäter! Hilfe!
A long, long way. Alright, let's get the story underway. Stage 12. A fractured sanctuary.
An armored vehicle.
The driver was a Manus. They're not just supplying the war.
There's a pause before the Hawk's leader speaks through the receiver.
What do you think that means, Chris?
Both sides are gathered in the same room, listening to the report from the front lines. Chris lets out a soft, rude chuckle though he does not let it betray the seriousness of his words.
That the Manus have decided to build themselves an army.
That seems likely. In that case, we must prepare immediately for a response. Xeno's main force is still at the Eastern Front. They won't be able to reinforce us if anything happens here. The Foundation will need an army of its own. That's completely irresponsible.
The calm voice cuts through the speculation.
It will only increase increase the tension on this front, and it directly violates our peace policy. Manus Vindicte takes in only pure-blooded arcanists. That doesn't make for a large recruitment pool. It won't be much of an army, really. To say nothing of the fact that they lack the organization or discipline that is needed for a true large-scale military operation. Armies need human leadership.
You forgot to take Arcana into consideration, Petra. You don't know what she can do to her followers with her new power. Whatever the case, we cannot take anything for granted. The Foundation will need the strength to defend itself from future attacks by the Manus. If we act quickly, we may even get ahead of things.
I'd like to see what the committee will think of this plan. I hope they'll have a better grasp of the consequences.
You're not seeing the board, Petra.
The communicator struggles to transmit the two leaders' heated exchange. Credus on the other end stays quiet, professionally obedient. For long, the military takes over the line.
We can't rule out the possibility of a large-scale conflict. However, the committee will maintain its peace policy until we have reliable evidence.
And if the worst happens?
Then we'll do what we must to survive, even if that means igniting a worldwide war.
We have arrived.
Gargoyle Monastery.
I see.
The glow of arcane skill fades as they approach, revealing their hidden sanctuary. It is, or was, abbey, appropriately Gothic, with orange stone walls rising up to meet the air, its dome long collapsed.
This monastery. It's not an arcane creation, is it?
No. It has only been enchanted with our arcane skill. Carthusian.
I'm wondering if Marsh is going to be a playable character.
Beneath its protection, those that dwell here will go unnoticed by any who pass near.
A gargoyle dressed in pharaoh robes walks barefoot on the grass. He looks up from his books to meet the new arrivals.
Greetings. I'm Marcia, investigator of the St. Pablo Foundation.
The pharaoh nods, offering a soft smile and friendly. Offering a smile soft and friendly, then extends a finger and presses it to his lips.
Oh, I see. Have you made a vow of silence?
The sound of breaking rocks draw her eyes away.
Huh?
Beneath a broken narrow window, a stone statue of a woman begins to stir, its surface softening into flesh. Her face is marked by twisted sorrow as she walks towards Citadel with an exaggerated gait.
Marie, mon petit chou, thou hast returned to us again. But oh, child, thou needs rest.
She pulls out Marianne into a tight embrace and plants a series of deep kisses on her cheeks. Sentinel endures the affection with much grit, but as she did the bullets.
And this is a friend?
The woman turns to Marcia, her eyes now pooling with greater sadness.
Oh, child.
The hug comes too quick to dodge and too sturdy to resist, pulling Marcia into a breathtaking embrace. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The smothering hospitality is that last abates, and Marcia takes a deep breath of fresh air, taking in the pleasant scent of grass and wildflower.
Our Marie has never been tireless in her toils. 'Tis a shame that she never permits us to aid her. Am I truly too aged to be of service? Oh, but perhaps my age has eclipsed my wisdom, for I have thus far been an unwelcoming host. Allow me to brew you some tea.
She leads with singular purpose and surprisingly speed.
My aunt is a gentle soul. She came by here 1 year ago, not fearing the danger, saying she must take care of everyone left in the family. That old lump of stone that greeted us came here to take refuge with his brother after they were injured last year.
She hangs her head with resignation.
Only a small number of my kind dwell here. Many of us remain divided by the war. Enjoy my aunt's hospitality. I shall go now to collect what you seek.
I'll be here then. Hold on.
She lets herself relax only a moment before noticing the stone-faced gargoyle that looked down at her from a dozen perks. A thought crawls through her skin. She spins around in place, meeting the unblinking eyes of each statue, stopping on the figure of a young girl. The girl's hand cover her mouth. Wait, the girl's hand cover her mouth. The girl's hand cover her face in a mournful pose. The solemn tragedy of an endless moment of loss. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
This is...
Why hath my cousin brought you here?
A voice calls out behind her, rigid and almost rude. A tall, gaunt monk stands in the courtyard.
You are not one of us. You are a bringer of war in our house of peace. What does your foundation seek from our quiet halls?
There is accusation in the gravelly tone of his voice.
You misunderstand. The Foundation isn't bringing war. We're trying to end it.
This war is neither yours nor ours to end.
What are you saying?
The monk falls silent, as if debating whether his next words are worth the effort. His face contorts, becoming an exaggeration of self-righteousness.
It has come as a divine punishment for the faithless who have turned from God. Its end will come only with the extinction of civilization.
Sounds like you want everyone, humans and Arcanists alike, to suffer and die.
You twist my words, Chevalier. I do not seek this end, this path of suffering, out of hatred for humanity. No, I do so because I pray fervently for their deliverance. But deliverance waits for the last edifices of this sinful world to crumble. When the faithless nations, as a fire consuming its last embers, burn themselves to ash. Soon, the artifices of modernity, their factories of war and death, will crumble, as Babel before them had, their lies of advancement and revolution dying with them. We must return to the innocence of the past, as Nineveh did, heeding the word of God.
Assez, cousin.
The rebuke breaks his rhythm. Zendel steps between Marcia and... Oops.
Les prophéties ont empêché notre invité de prendre son thé.
Zendel steps between Marcia and Odysseus, forcing her cousin to take a step away. Zendel turns and hands Marcia a heavy canvas military bag.
Are you able to lift it?
No problem. I can handle it.
Liasha watches the exchange with abrupt curiosity.
Marianne, n'est-elle pas issue de la Fondation que tu dis dépourvue de volonté pour mettre fin à cette guerre? Quel effort vain poursuis-tu donc à présent?
C'est une amie, Ladislas. Je lui accorde la liberté de venir et partir ici comme elle veut.
Mais elle n'est pas...
C'est mon droit de le faire, n'est-ce pas?
Oui.
He lowers his head without protest. Xanadu turns with her kin back to Masha, who has had now taken several steps away.
You will find here all that I've collected since 1918. Most useful to you may be a list of those in each military who have made contact with the Manus. Take them from here to your foundation, and make of them what you will. I hope they will serve you better than they did me.
I will. Thank you.
Marshall seems more than eager to retreat. Aunt Meriden stands at the foot of the stone pillar, tea in her hand, and nods self-free reproach. The courtyard falls silent still. Odysseus breaks his silence with a withering gaze.
Cousin, why hast thou concerned thyself with the affairs of this sinful world? We are involved now at our peril.
Even if this war was, as you believe, a divine punishment, the people have suffered enough.
Ont-tu donc souffert? Je ne vois que des cendres et nul sac de pénitence.
He motions to the weeping girl tucked in the sanctuary.
Hast thou learned nothing from our chère Agnes?
Leave her out of this.
It was she who prophesied this war.
He drags up the memories with sharp intention.
And whose body turned to stone as it came to pass. Was she not the closest of us all to the ear of our Lord? Then I can see only one reason for her sacrifice. It is a warning to us.
Wait, so that means she can't turn back from... Wait, so she's stolen for... stolen forever?
Tell me, if that is so, why God would choose such a warning?
Revelation and prophecy oft appear inscrutable to those that disbelieve them, until the truth is made manifest.
Yasha's voice tremors, a practiced tension of humility and pride.
Mais je crois, et je vois clairement ce que tu ne vois pas, que notre Seigneur nous enjoint de ne ni combattre, ni mettre fin à cette guerre. Car cela est venu tel un nouveau grand déluge, destiné à balayer ce monde pécheur. Agnès reviendra à nous lorsque notre innocence passée sera retrouvée et reconstruite à partir de leur ruine. Mais la foi doit être préservée, si elle doit être reconstruite. Et c'est la base encombrante aux fidèles, à nous, les gargouilles. Je t'en prie, écoute mes paroles, cousine. Dépose ton épée de vengeance. Ne réponds pas aux démons qui murmurent dans ton sang. Et ne souille pas davantage ton âme déjà si lourde de péché.
He lets his word cling to his lips with solemn weight. His cousin, however, has never been easy to preach to. She stiffens, sorrow and purpose welling in her eyes.
Armes à feu, canon, donc, bombes. Tu te souviens comment ces machines ont détruit nos vies, n'est-ce pas? Alors, tu sais déjà que l'innocence du passé ne repose pas simplement enfuie, prête à être reconstruite. Elle est morte et disparue. Si porter un fardeau de péché permet de mettre fin à cette guerre, ce prix me semble dérisoire.
Laetitia is stunned. He fights back tears and turns his face to the altar. The light from the stained glass windows wreathed him like a mourner's cloak.
As-tu oublié le péril de nos ancêtres? Ou les nombreux noms que nous avons effacés de notre lignée lorsqu'ils se sont égarés du chemin de la droiture? Le son démoniaque a déjà submergé notre famille. Et je crains qu'il ne te submerge bientôt toi aussi. Et moi, je ne souhaite pas devoir effacer ton nom, Marianne, de notre lignée.
To be continued. Researchers. These researchers constantly exceeds all expectation. Gargoyle Research Notebook. It was during the Merovingian dynasty that the Bishop of Rouen successfully subdued the first known gargoyle. This gargoyle and his descendants then formed a unique lineage devoted to protecting churches across generations. However, in recent times, many younger gargoyles had chosen to abandon this ancient tradition, leaving their dark church perch for the light and glamour of the modern world. Based on my recent authorization, this generative conflict continues to cause significant stress among older gargoyles. It's worth noting that the younger generation is debaucherous also relates to modern church being unable to provide adequate substance reflecting broader social changes. This aspect warrants further historic analysis. Gargoyles have some unique arcane skills. First, their arcane abilities allow them to petrify their own body parts, a formidable defense mechanism during the age of close quarter combat with bayonets and spears, though considerably less effective against modern artillery bombardments. Additionally, gargoyles possess exceptional visual capabilities, with particularly remarkable night vision. This trait complements their natural stealth abilities, enabling them to both detect hidden threats with ease and execute perfectly timed ambushes. I must admit, it's surprising such precious combat abilities were historically limited to the protection of the churches, though my lack of religion knowledge may explain this confusion. Your theological ignorance is indeed astounding. Mandatory religion studies await you. While I object to you reading my research notes without permission, I can see that compared to your ability, I'm clearly the irrelevant one, just a pure biologist. Who said I'm not a pure biologist? Gargoyles carry a curse. While the origin of the curse remains shrouded in secrecy, people are open about its manifestation. Excessive bloodshed appears to corrupt them. This corruption takes the form of mental instability, progressing from rejecting to completely abandoning their faith. Well, my pure biologist friend, your Gargoyle research now necessitates the very religious studies that you said you have no interest in. This notebook clearly requires a 30-year lock. Stage 13. Concession for Peace. Could any treasure on Earth possibly fill the void our losses have left? The bored and idle remnant of Squad 12 carries out her as yet tenuous orders. She stops by a window, squinting inside. Broken furniture and cobwebs woven beneath cracks and forgotten china. A uniquely shaped counter arcanum modern device disrupts their decaying scene.
Clearly, no one's bothered to do any cleanup then.
She opens the window and leans in, her mask blocking out the sudden puff of dust. Following her officer's instruction, she pulls out a translucent strip of cloth and places it by the device. The cloth changes color rapidly, and a line of neat letters appears on its surface.
Counter Arcanum device operating normally.
Looks like I'm not needed here either.
She climbs back at the window.
Aren't you...
Meryl.
Masha?
The young soldier springs up to greet her, visibly relieved.
It really is you! You're back, finally!
Is Parabian alright?
Oh, poor guy's had a hard time of it, but at least he's still in one piece. He's lying in a sickbed as we speak. He should recover soon. It's too bad he didn't find anything too useful in the village. Well, aside from that armored vehicle.
Fortunately, Sentinel happened to be there at the same time.
So, it really was her? The one who assassinated Colonel Hirschfelder?
Yes, she'd collected a wealth of evidence concerning Manus Vindictae. I've already delivered it to Commander Kreos. As for the assassination, it turns out her actions weren't entirely unjustifiable. Let's just consider it a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? She literally killed the guy.
He's not the only one.
Masha unconsciously rubs the cold scar on her palms, feeling them itch like never before. Meryl presses her lips together, creating a twisted crease in her mask.
Well, Anyway, I was just worried that something bad might have happened to you. Like what happened to...
To whom?
Charles and Amanda. We haven't heard from them in over 4 hours now.
They were dispatched to investigate Hill 299, correct? Has any help been sent their way?
Commander Kreos sent some men to look for them. Hopefully, we'll hear some good news soon. Most of the other teams have finished their investigations. A few of them are already in the safe zone, actually. Apparently, they found a lot of useful info. So, we won't have to head back out again, right?
Mara watches Masha carefully, as if waiting for her to confirm something.
The front's getting shelled to hell and back. I mean, chances are we'll...
Masha pats her on the shoulder.
The evidence Sentinel provided is quite damning. Our job here will be over just as soon as we can get a hold of the team at Hill 299. Don't worry.
Copies of the evidence Masha submitted has been spread across the table. Personal letters, marked military maps, battle plans, engineering blueprints, defaced and altered documents. Along with them on the table are exhibits recovered from other investigators from across the front line, arranged in rough chronological order starting from 1918.
This is unbelievable.
He stares at the pile, the sheer flood of information overwhelming him.
These documents, the evidence is undeniable. Every one of those absurd conspiracy theories was true. The 1918 peace negotiations really were sabotaged by Manus Vindictae. The nations on both sides of this war have been under the deception of an invisible enemy. It is no wonder that even the victors of the 1919 offensive gained no real advantage. My God, to think Manus Vindictae has been sharing war secrets with both sides to ensure neither can win this war. That they have used our commanders as tools for their massacre. It is nigh on unimaginable.
He hooks up with sudden realization.
This does not simply concern one nation. These documents could topple nearly all of Europe's military leaders. With this list of managed defectors in our hands, and if we act with haste, we may finally put every one of them behind bars.
Waiting for George's mood to stabilize, Chris adds the words of advice.
Let me remind you that Laplace may be able to heal these so-called defectors. Eberhard's case proved that the Manus's mental influence can be purged.
Yes, of course. Whatever the case, we must act as soon as possible. The Chancellor and the Reichstag are prepared to strike.
Finding light in one grim future, he starts to shake, sending ripples through the papers in his hand.
Agreed. The evidence is sufficient. There is no need to delay.
Wunderbar. Just think of the soldiers finally making their way home. This is the day we secure a century of peace for Europe.
Sounds like a line for the history books.
He has no mind to react to Curious' parting jab. Stuffing all the documents into his briefcase, he rushes out. Shredding the remaining mess on his desk, Curious retrieves a hidden communicator. It's been connected the entire time.
Everything's going according to plan.
Good. The other teams have shared the same intelligence with the pacifist political leaders in their respective regions. All the Foundation has to do now is watch for any interference from Manus Vindictae.
But won't this approach cause even more turbulence?
Timekeeper.
He has been inspecting the factor leader, making this an unexpected relief.
Oh, yes, Krios. I was just listening in.
I see. In any case, the outcome can't be worse than the war we're living through, Timekeeper. As I'm sure you learned in your history studies, this war claimed tens of millions of soldiers' lives. Not to mention the equally massive number of civilian casualties, whether direct or otherwise. We are now 2 years on from what should have been the end of this war. The death toll has already climbed much higher, and it will only continue to rise if we don't put an end to it soon. At least our efforts have won us a marginally better outcome.
I see.
In short, the war is already over. Once the pacifist political parties take power, an armistice will surely be signed in Montpellier.
This may not be the time, but I have a question to ask. Does the Foundation Committee have any contingency plans should things take a turn for the worse?
The silence in the room confirms the suspicion of the voice on the other end.
Did you notice something suspicious?
The former Vigil officer flushes out as many suspicious details from his memories as he can.
It's about Hirschfelder's assassination. Do you remember a certain detail from Marshall's report?
You think his death to be the spark of a reignited war, but even if I had stayed my hand from him, your plans would have been for naught.
If that was so, why would the Manus risk exposing Hirschfelder? Why would they allow him to meet with the Foundation in Montpellier? If Hirschfelder hadn't been killed, would the negotiations have become a fruitless tug of war?
Manus Vindictae would only cooperate with the Foundation on something that was sure to fail.
An initiative guest is assembled, drawing on the experience of prior contacts with Mantis Vindictae.
Could it be that they're purposely diverting our attention?
My thoughts exactly, Timekeeper. That said, securing peace is our top priority at the moment.
Stage 14. 2 pounds of sugar. So long, hungry rats. Hey TCAF, thank you for the raid.
Have deeply shaken the resolve and faith of our nation. It is clear to all that this war cannot continue any longer.
Hey Yepper Pepper.
Afraid of the loss of power that peace may bring to them, leaders across Europe elected to collaborate with the evil cult Manus Vindictae, sacrificing countless young lives in meaningless carnage.
So how's your what do you guys did you guys do the Senado story? I wasn't sure you were gonna do if you guys were doing a collab with ShinyBot, Teresa. I'm not sure if there was any other person. Oh, nice. How long was the story? Oh, is there also like some mini games in the story? Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to finish up the main event so I can start Tenants and Citadel's the story too. Thank you for the raid, Shiny Bot. Welcome in, Raiders. Tough puzzles. Oh, thank you for the follow, Shiny Bot. So I'm guessing, did you guys just all finish the story? Or did you... Nice. Yeah, because I know we still have what 4 days, so I want to try to finish the main event. So we're on stage 14 right now. Oh, does anyone know how many stages does the main event have? I'm kind of like, you know, behind on the events and stories. 24ish? Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully we finish. Hopefully I finish the event because I think I set like 4 hours, so at least I could, you know, try to end between midnight, and then since I have work the next day in the morning. All right, so welcome in, Raiders. If you guys don't know, I'm a Bloody Master. I'm a variety streamer. Most of my main games are Reverse 1999. Do also the variety stuff and some gachas. So Honkai Star Rail, Sky, Children of the Light. Been also playing a Mega Monk, so I unlocked most of the I unlocked all the items, tombs, and characters. So I just finished that all today. Because the last one I had to unlock was the Chaos Tomb, which I did today. Took a while. Alright, take care, TCAF. Thanks for the raid. Have a good rest. Alright. Let's continue with the story.
But carnage is precisely what Manus Vindictae desires. Unseen by all, their wicked influence has long wormed its way into the leadership of every warring nation. but very not.
So he's giving a speech to like everyone or something?
Every treasonous general has been arrested and will soon face a fair court-martial. The heroes who bled for the fatherland are finally returning home, but we will welcome them with smiles on our faces and gratitude in our hearts. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year 1920, this war will come to an end.
Weeks has passed since the assassination, and desolate streets of Montplax has sprung to life. Welcome in, Teresa. How are you? How's everyone? The war. Yep. So, the end of World War One. I guess that's when they had the what Veterans? Was it Veterans Day? So yeah, November 11th. Survives the trenches. Alright, take care, ShinyBot. Thank you for the raid again. Not unscathed. But yeah, well, I'm gonna see how that story goes when I get to it. Is that what happened in the story? I'm like, oh, that would have been funny. That's my chocolate. Yeah, I'm just trying to finish up the main event for now. So, So did the war actually end on the? I'm not sure. Is it already past November 11th day of in the 1920? Delegates from the belligerent nations gather on opposite sides of the road. Soft-boiled hats and ties decorate the event, mixed with occasional peaked caps and military epaulets, though now precious few. Alright, thanks for the like, Teresa. Thank you for the raid again. More Delegaria demands tighter security. Each nation came with their own detail, but the Operation Commander insists on further reinforcements from the Foundation.
Third routine patrol complete. No anomalies detected, sir.
No further warnings from the
Thanks for the hydrate.
Route. Should we lower the alert level?
Maintain the current level. I need at least 2 squads on standby at the command post at all times.
Yes, sir.
Clad in white, Foundation security diligently carry out their orders. On the busy town road, the commander suddenly stops. Eyes shut, he focuses trying to shift through the din of stuffy conversation. He activates his communicator. The line sparks to life instantly.
Any response from Charles and Amanda?
Negative. They've been silent since they reached Hill 299. It's like we're calling into the abyss. Chances are they got snuffed out by the Manus. Luck can't be on everyone's side.
Even so, we need to recover the bodies.
What? So they can be buried with shiny medals?
The voice on the other end bites back with a sneer.
A couple minutes walk.
I'm wondering who the other person is anyway.
A whole pile of that scrap metal.
Any other signs of enemy activity?
Nope. Not a single trace of the Manus scum. Maybe all this military and political turmoil messed up their plans after all.
Let's hope so. Whatever the case, we need to get to the bottom of what happened at Hill 299. We can't afford to let any potential threats slip past us.
Already on my way there. How about seeing a psychologist when this is all over, Kratos? Maybe they'll finally cure your Manus Vindictae paranoia.
Keep your eyes and ears open.
He ends the call. In an unnoticed corner of the streets, a grim figure walks alone. Sharon works in Marplex is over, and even now, on the eve of ceasefire, there are many corpses on the front line waiting for him. His disjointed thoughts dwell on the flowers that once accompanied him.
Will Andreas ever return?
But loss has ever been his first companion. Resigned, he shuffles down the road, away from Montpellier.
Hey, sir! Mr. Charon!
Mero runs up to him, arriving out of breath.
You leaving already? Marsha told me you're heading back to the front.
She speaks the truth. And you are?
Oh, right. You don't know me. But Marsha told me loads about you. You know Marsha, don't you?
Sharon struggles to remember, piecing together Marsha's appearance from a shattered memory.
Yes. The night. I remember.
Great. I'm heading to the front as well. Do you want to... or, I mean, could you please join our convoy?
You wish for me to join you?
You know the front better than anyone.
Meryl digs into her pockets, fishing out half a bar of chocolate that has been carefully unsealed and wrapped and slipped into Sharon's hand.
Please, Mr. Charon, come with us. We could really use your help.
We're back in the trenches.
This quiet feels strange.
Halt's Maul, Rudolf. Why, damn it?
Soldiers in the trench gaze up at the empty sky. The ceasefire has not yet been signed, but all military activities on the front line has been suspended. Yet the soldiers still man the trenches, hoping desperate to go home.
Why did Billy and Franz have to...
Erich rubs his face, his calloused fingers twisting his future with stress. 6 hours have now passed since the last time a shell exploded or a machine gun rattled. Yet the quiet has the strangeness of its own. The faint cold winds shiver the lines of barbed wires, with audible tensile contractions.
So, who won in the end?
Does it matter?
Rudolph's head sways beneath a nod and a shake.
Then, should we start packing up?
Sure. You can finally take all those notebooks of yours back home. Weren't you planning to turn them into a book?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe once I stop being a soldier, my motivation to write will stop too. What about you, Erich? What will you do?
Make bread, I think. My family runs a bakery. I can already see it. My old man cracking open his finest bottle of Spätburgunder when I arrive.
An idea crosses Eric's mind.
Speaking of which, I bet we can go and ask the boys on the other side for some food and drinks. They've got wine and soft white bread. At least, that's what POV said.
I wouldn't mind some canned peaches.
Fine. I'll get you your peaches. I guess I really am your Hauptmann, huh?
He scrouges around for a bit of scrap cloth, then ties it to his rifle, extending it to Peep's flag.
Erich, do not hurry to leave the trenches. Have patience.
Sharon slips back in the trenches without a word. Eric drops his rifle for now and steps towards Sharon.
Oh, Caron, you're back. Any news?
The delegations from various nations have arrived in Montpellier. The armistice will be signed in 48 hours. It is best to avoid any unnecessary danger until then.
But I'm starving, Caron. You didn't bring any food, did you?
I did.
The new voice catches Eric's off guard.
Who are you?
The Foundation has issued food and drinks to be brought to the soldiers on the front. She is responsible for distributing them.
Yeah, more or less what he said. Right. I need a hand unloading these crates of beer. Any volunteers?
There's beer?
The troops all rise at once, climbing over the cells to get out of the dugout below. In an instant, the trench is packed wall to wall.
Hey, easy there. There's plenty to go around.
Boys! Boys! You're humiliating yourselves! Get in line and I'll choose a few of you to help out.
Eric calls out a few names, then turns to Sharon.
Where's Meyer Braun?
He is needed in Montpellier.
Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, he's got a backpfeife im Gesicht. But, ugh, who cares? The war's over. Forget it.
Is it over?
You, and you. Come here and unload the crates for the nice Foundation girl.
The food is passed from hand to hand until it reaches every soldier. Rot and despair still hangs over the trenches, but they do nothing to dampen their appetite. Rudolph cups a buttered cake in his hand, desperately afraid of crumpling it. He hasn't seen such soft and bright food in a long time. Then all at once, he stuffs it into his mouth. Ulrich hurries to his side, shoving a mug of golden lager into his hands.
Come on, Prost!
Fine.
Count me in. Prost!
Prost!
The metal cups tap rhythmically, shaping into a joyful and bright tune. From far across the field, their clacking percussions is met with raucous stringing voices.
What's that? Do you boys hear singing?
I hear it too, from the other side. Why are they singing?
Oh, right. These are humanitarian rations. They've been given to the other side too. They're probably celebrating.
Ulrich jumps over the top, waving his whitish flag towards the other side.
Scheiße! Come on, boys. Let's make some noise ourselves. Closer, you bastards over there. You understand what I'm saying? Prost!
Santé!
The ceasefire celebration stretches late into the night. Sharon watches the festival crouched in a dim corner of the trenches.
Hey, what are you doing holed up here alone?
Despite his best effort, he is noticed. Sharon lifts his head.
The presence of the dead is not fitting among such joy.
What are you talking about? You fit in perfectly.
She waves a can of sausage and a paper-wrapped candy.
I mean, I know you don't exactly eat much, but you can still enjoy the taste of the stuff, right? I even know a guy with a fish tank for a head who eats every once in a while. That said, I've never actually seen him do it. Does he just pour the coffee straight into his fish tank or what?
The offer is heard, but refused. Such things have better use to you.
Seriously? Aren't you ever hungry?
There is always hunger within me. But food should be saved for the living. Eat well while you can. Stay alive.
Wait, so isn't Sharon alive?
Well, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't exactly put it like that. Come on, take it. Hound's always poking fun at me for eating too much anyway.
Hound?
Oh, never mind. Just take it, alright? It's not like it's easy to get a decent meal out here on the front.
No longer insisting on soliciting Sharon's option, Meryl slips the can into his coat pocket while touching the cold plastic wrapping on the chocolate.
Oh, at least try the chocolate in your pocket. It'll melt if you leave it in there much longer anyway.
Sharon doesn't resist. He nods and slowly raises to his feet.
It is time. I left.
Alright. I still have some finishing up to do here. Won't be long. Just have to make sure everyone's got their supplies. Where are you heading anyway? If you wait a moment, I can come with you.
No. This must be done alone. There is a message. One that must be sent off.
To be continued. "15. Send off. They remember an ancient verse, of whose meaning is lost to history.
Here you are, Eberhard.
Wait, is Sharon Paul?
How?
Oh yeah, well yeah.
It's good to see you, my friend. How's everyone holding up on the front?
They are celebrating this war's end, singing songs and drinking beer. It's peaceful.
Peaceful.
He repeats the words with satisfaction. Eberhard's spirit has changed significantly from the last time they met.
It's unexpected that the Foundation would allow you to move so freely.
No, my duty is done. I have no place in Montpellier. No place among suits and politics.
He exhales, stretching in the crisp morning air.
That red-haired official agreed to let me go for a walk every once in a while. He said, someone will keep an eye on you. Whatever. It's getting cold. But I enjoy a crisp winter morning like this. It reminds me of our days as students. Remember? We had to get up before dawn. I was lazier than you. I wouldn't wake up until you rode your bicycle to my window and shouted my name.
Then the two of us would miss Latin class, just as Walter did.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Latin class was hell. Walter. He was a good lad.
Paul removes a crumpled envelope from inside his jacket.
This parcel is to be delivered to you. There's a letter within it from Herr Moenberger, addressed to those of us in Class 3.
Herr Moenberger? I was planning to visit him during my home leave, but... well, you know what happened back home. But he doesn't have a clue about what happened out here. What use is this letter? You and I are the only two class members left since the fall of Montpellier. All right, let's hear it, Paul.
Steadying his breath, Paul tears it open. He unfolds the letter.
Meine lieben Schüler und ehrenwerte Soldaten. Der Krieg hat einen kritischen Punkt erreicht. Und als euer Lehrer ist es meine Pflicht, euren Mut zu stärken. Ich weiß, dass die Sicht auf den Krieg von der Front aus begrenzter sein könnte, als für uns im Vaterland. Lasst mich also klarstellen, der Sieg ist in unserer Reichweite. Obwohl das Leben an der Front hart ist, denkt daran, dies ist ein Opfer für eine größere Sache. Lasst daher euer Leiden süß sein. Dies wird der glorreichste Moment eures Lebens sein. Und wie ich euch beigebracht habe, wird es uns vielleicht eines Tages gefallen, diese Dinge zu erinnern.
Gefallen? Ha. Hört ihn euch an. Er hat sogar Lucans Gedicht zitiert. Oder war es Virgil?
Es ist höchstwahrscheinlich Virgil. Er hat ihn unten zitiert. Ardentis Fortuna Iovat.
Das Zitat über das Erinnern. Wie sagt man es nochmal auf Latein? Forsan. Haec. Und dann was?
Das Et fehlt, Eberhard. Forsan et haec. Olim memenice juvebit.
Ja, genau das. Dieser alte Fatzke. Er hat geschummelt. Das sind nicht mal seine Worte. Was für ein Dummkopf. Er weiß nicht, wovon er spricht.
After a bitter laugh, both are silent for a moment.
Paul, I'll never be pleased looking back on any of this. If I have children one day, how will I tell them about all this? I sent our fellow countrymen directly into the line of fire, a death trap, knowing full well that the enemy would retake the ground in mere hours. Young lives, lost one after another. And for what? Some senseless orders? I've heard enough. Put the letter away.
Paul slowly folds up the letter. Albert, however, snatches up the letterhead, crumples it in the ball, and throws it into the weeds beside the monument. There will be no fighting, and for the first time in a long time, the day passed without the thunder of artillery. The sunlight falls on blades of glass, tombstone, and the birds in the air. Their soft falling can be heard once more.
This feeling. I've never felt it before. It's as though, for this one moment, I can... No. I have already. taken control of my future. Ah. I'd forgotten how good it feels to be alive. For the first time in a very long while, my heart feels light, mein Freund. The choices I've made may be irreversible, but I've made up my mind. There is only one path for me now.
He looks to the top of the hill and starts climbing.
Do you not wish to continue your studies? Your writings are surely safely stored in the school's archives.
Would you return to school, Paul?
It is unlikely, but you still may.
For what? For knowledge? A diploma? That might have mattered to the old me. But I'm no longer that boy.
Maybe a teacher?
Eberhard.
It's too late, mein Freund. Far too late. I need some time alone. Please, write a reply to Herr Mühlenberger for both of us.
The weather is unseasonable wild, and Albert plans to climb the hill like a student on a field trip. The sunshine and the brisk air makes the world feel new.
The war is over, Paul. The sky is so blue.
Just as it always was.
Just as it always was. Well said. Farewell, mein Freund.
He waves, turns, and walks away. Paul stands and opens his notebook.
Sehr geehrter Herr Mühlenberger, Ihr Brief wurde von Ihren Schülern wohl erhalten. Sie haben gemeinsam die dunkelsten und härtesten Zeiten durchgestanden. Aber nun sind der Kummer und das Leid zu Ende. Sie zeigten Mut und Treue, doch diese Tugenden wurden zu einer Last, viel zu schwer für ihre jungen Schultern. Deshalb werde ich ihnen keine leeren Worte mehr aufbürden. Der Krieg hat diese jungen Männer in etwas ganz anderes verwandelt. Das Wissen, das sie ihnen vermittelt haben, ist nun nutzlos, und sie werden nie wieder ihre Lehren hören. Zu diesem Zeitpunkt muss ich Ihnen mit schwerem Herzen mitteilen, dass
What's that shot for?
alle Ihre Schüler aus der Klasse 3 sind gefallen.
For what?
Mit besten Grüßen. Ein toter Mann.
Huh?
Dies schließt die Aufzeichnungen des Soldaten Paul Haumann ab.
Wait, so did Elgenberg like get shot or something? Lost to history. What once represented new beginnings now only heralds a end. Alright, so we can find out here. Class 3 students. Dietrich Becker died from shelling on 1916. 4/27. Beckett Zimmerman died from shelling on, I'm guessing, April 27, 1916. Simon Miller was reported missing on 6/11, then was confirmed dead. Miller's tag has been found. Frederick Burrow died from machine gun fire on August 12th. Finn Wendler died from infection on November 7. Elvin Newman died from trench fever on November 8. Felix Zimmerman died from shelling on December 8. Julian Kruger died from infection after being shot on December 13. Ben Becker died on December 14, cause unclear. Wall Smith died from shelling January 12th. Paul Hallman died March 11. Wait, so Sharon is actually a dead person? Eggenberg died on... Wait. So he died the day before the... Veterans Day? Eggenberg died on November 10. An unfulfilled prophecy. Even now, her tears remain. Legend hasn't spoken a word since the news of the ceasefire reached their sanctuary. He's been kneeling at the altar for days, having eaten next to nothing. Always thin, he now looks like a jagged stone opulus than a man.
What am I to do, mon petit chou? You will not so much as touch the biscuits I baked for him. Never have I seen him in such a state.
The woman clasps her hands. The woman clasps her hands to her chest, worried but helpless. Oh, really? That's what. Alright, that's what I'm like thought so, cause I'm like, it's either like somebody sniped him or he like killed himself. But like, I'm wondering for Paul. So I'm guessing he died, but he's still alive somehow, or he's like Sharon. He's like Walking Dead. Yeah, so yeah, that I'm not sure because all he did was walk up the hill. So
Ladislas.
She gently calls out to him.
The war has ended, not as he foretold. It may take some time ere he is able to free himself of his guilt.
Cher Ladislas, keep thy heart in the Lord, for he shall forgive us no matter how great our missteps.
The good and pleased woman stops herself from saying more. There's no line of reasoning significant to break him from his watch.
Marie, I beg thee do something. One way or another, we all must return to Rouen in the coming days.
She leaves without another word. Cyrano comes to Liz's side, but has no desire to interrupt his silent prayers. Her focus instead is on the statue of the crying girl.
Ladislas, you foretold that Agnes would return to herself come the end of the war.
She pulls out her handkerchief to softly clean the stone's unmoving face.
Yet she remains unchanged. Is there truly no way to revive our dear friend? Our family?
Once again, she receives only a humble, guilt-ridden silence.
Marie?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying, because I know, Because I know when Mara was talking to Sharon, they're like, "Oh, we should save this for the living." So I'm like, "Wait, so is he like already? He's like dead, but he's like still, moving." Oh wait. What? Oh, I might have to check the thing because I saw Sharon died. Was the line before the captain? She turns to the voice, finding it belonging to a woman that has become a regular visitor of the sanctuary. As usual, she brought food. This time, some salami and dried cheese. After handing off the supplies, Marcia marches straight towards her.
What news from the front?
Some troops have already withdrawn. The rest will follow suit once the armistice is officially signed. Ladislas, he still won't eat?
Just leave him be.
She doesn't let Marcia dwell on the matter, returning to her work dusting the statue.
If you don't mind me asking, is this statue real?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure how to put this into words properly. It's just that I've never seen her move.
Ah. Now your words are clear.
She gathered her handkerchief and takes a deep breath, the cold, wet morning mist filling her young lungs.
This is Agnes, a distant cousin of mine. We share a great-grandmother.
She places her hand on Agnes' stone knee.
We took residence together until 1914, both at our clan estate in the suburbs of Rouen and in my rented apartment in Paris. When the war broke out, I departed to join the army. Upon returning during my first leave, I found her in the cellar. It came to pass that, in my absence, she had turned herself to stone.
Wait, so they carried her to the sanctuary?
She can stay in this form as she pleases?
Only so long as her heart yet beats. Were she to turn to stone from within, she would be unable to restore her body to flesh. But Ladislas informed me of another possibility. He said Agnes's petrification was an extraordinary act of self-sacrifice. And that this sacrifice was also a prophecy. Gargoyles were not to coexist with this war. He said that a miracle would occur. That Agnes would be freed from her petrification. I thought it might have been true.
He glances towards Legisla, still kneeling.
But I suppose it was not. Agnes has shown no signs of recovery.
There must be another way.
The gargoyle shakes her head, disheartened.
If only there were. If only I knew of one. But there is very little I know of our bloodline. While the young of my kin generally receive a traditional education from within the clan, my grandmother supported my decision to attend a secular school in my youth. I resided in a small rented apartment in Paris for some time, hoping to enroll at Lonsad. That was until the war broke out. This war, well, you have seen the face of it. It takes but one shot to end a life. And this war has hurt millions. Friends, family, loved ones. I have lost far too many.
Marie.
Forget it. Tell me, have you yet time today?
What do you want to do?
Take a stroll. I've spent far too much time in the monastery.
After a long journey, they return to the field once soaked in blood.
A pilot?
The earlier conversation still lingers.
Yes, that's what I wanted to be.
Why?
Many knights joined the Air Force at the time. They believed the sky to be the only battlefield that still maintained at least some semblance of knightly chivalry. It had more than the ground at least. Crawling through mud and digging trenches.
I loathe airplanes. They're exceedingly difficult to withstand from the ground. And the engine noise.
He swallows the compliments, not wanting to sound bitter. Marsha extends her arm over to her friend's back.
Relax. You don't need to fight them anymore. In fact, I'd wager you'll come to like traveling by plane in time.
She turns to the sea of grass rippling in the wind.
Corpses that lay yonder. Did you see them earlier?
No. Perhaps Charon had already buried them.
Ha, most likely. He is an interesting fellow, if not strange.
And kind too. Without him, you and I would certainly have fought again at the graveyard.
Hmm?
Oh, that reminds me.
Suddenly she bends down, rummaging through the roadside dirt.
What?
You threw a smoke grenade at me.
Hey!
They laugh as they race down the dirt road, feeling more like children than soldiers for the moment. However brief. They come to a halt before the windmill. The Colossus gear interlocking and turning, like the breath of a slumbering ancient giant. The slow creaking of the windmill has become the only sound.
Marsha.
Hmm?
Are you leaving?
No, I have plenty of free time today.
Not now. After the armistice. I know well that the Foundation has tasked you with keeping a watchful eye on me.
It's not exactly like that.
All is well. You may stay. So long as you do not lie. I shall even aid you should you require it. But do not attempt to persuade me to join the Foundation. I cannot abandon my family.
I know that. I'll be leaving after the armistice is officially signed.
Mm-hmm. Hmm? It comes from the windmill.
Sounds like a horse to me.
A horse?
They cautiously approach the windmill entrance. Zenva moves ahead of Marsha, turning her body sideways and hardening to stone to give a weighty push to the door.
Wow, what a beauty!
A horse indeed. What brings it here?
To be continued. Wonder whose horse it is. Entrusted vision, people, then as now, nurture dreams worth sharing. A letter from home. My dearest cousin, Letitia. How odd thou art in my prayers. I trust with all my heart that Italy has already begun to feel at home unto thee. I am told the folks there are warm of spirits and generous of hand. I can well believe thou hast found many a kindly friend upon thy path. Marianne and I do prepare for a journey in Austria, and our hearts are full of longing, for there live, as thou dost speak so oft, the very heart of a new art. I yearn to lift my eyes upon the golden treasury crowning the central building, while Marianne thou dreams of wandering through the gallery and little shops in Wiener Großstadt. We have set our minds also upon the Karl Schiech, Fischerwan, Ehrlich, Great Church. They say its 19 stained glass window shines as jewel rolls and a naughty majesty not soon forgotten. Should any sketch from our travels serve our studies, it would delight me to send them forth. Our past world dwells yet within me. Marianne tells me ever for the new age dawning, of electric lights supplanting the gentle glow of candles, and the darkness of our night fading away. Yet, dear Licia, I still feel the nearness of the old ways. The age of machine has left many unsettled and unfelt refuge. Soon, they shall create a quiet place wherein to kneel and seek God's comfort and counsel. Then do I call to mind my words, and my heart is moved, that our prayers must rise from the clamor of industry, and so do I begin to dream, with thy in my thought, the church of this new century, yet still a haven for the soul. Though our cousin smiled at such fancies, her words have so new imaginary to me, and I have begun to set down enjoying. Mayhap to raise such a place would be 10, even 15 years. Yet it comforts me to picture thy by my side, when the time cometh, helping to bring our vision to life. Thy art ever in my thought, and prayers in my... Thy art in my thought, and ever in my prayers, with all my love, Agnes. April 2nd, 1914. Celerity of the wind. If only this war has never begun.
Here, come on out.
So whose horse is gonna be
That's
now?
a good boy.
The horse seems to naturally grounded to the night, drooping its head to brush up against hers.
Oh my, Marie. Look at his beautiful coat. Not even the colonels have such handsome companions.
He seems to have taken a liking to you. Can you ride?
Is it gonna be her horse?
What sort of question is that, Marianne? You are talking to a knight.
Even without a saddle, she mounts the horse with ease.
Come on, take my hand. I'll give you a ride.
After a moment's hesitation, Sentinel takes the offered hand and finds herself on the horse's back as well.
It feels perfect for a gallop, but I'm worried you might fall.
Let me off then. Enjoy it yourself.
What fun would that be? Come on, just hold on tight. Giddy up! Hey! I can't believe you don't know how to ride a horse, but I can teach you. Just think of them as oversized hunting dogs. I'll come find you after you move. How does that sound? Where will you be if you're not staying with your family?
Perhaps Paris? My mind is yet made. But wherever I am, I should like to open a clothing store.
That's deep.
Then you'd better choose a store name I'll recognize right away. No, you'll become so famous that it'll take no work to find you. Could you make a parade dress for me?
I have never before made such a dress, but I shall learn for you.
Wow, a parade dress tailor-made for me by a famous French fashion designer. It's like a dream come true.
This might be the first moment of true peace they felt since the war began. The horse grows tired. They dismount to let it roam and feed on the tall meadow grass.
What of you? How may I come into your contact? The Lord only knows where the Foundation will send you once this is ended.
You may be right. The fight against Manus Vindictae isn't over. But don't worry. I always find a way to get in touch with you.
I do not wish to judge your decision, but do all you can to stay alive, Marcia. Do not make a martyr of yourself.
Why this sudden sentimentality, Marie?
If all this, when all this comes to an end one day, I hope to see you again.
Me too.
I will pray for you, though I am uncertain if my voice will be heard. I am nothing like Agnes. She is an angel descended from heaven. And I am.
Gregorio keeps her eyes hidden in the shadows.
Never mind.
The communicator voices startles the nibbling horse. It lifts his head and bolts into the distance.
Ah, there he goes.
She picks up the device. Again, it's an anonymous caller.
Marcia, we need you on the front immediately. I've already sent you the coordinates. Bring the gargoyle if she's willing.
Who are you?
We'll meet soon enough.
Hey, who is he? To be continued. Let's see, how close are we to add? We got 7 minutes. '18, the armistice. History will remember this day.
Yes, Herr Chancellor. The delegations have arrived in Montpellier. The armistice will be signed before dinner time. Understood. We will be sure to serve a simple but delicious dinner. And of course, all journalists granted entry will be carefully selected.
Mr. George hangs up the horn dryly, and with full confidence before checking the ceasefire memoriam once again.
Oh, no problems so far.
He picks up from a fountain pen and sketches out his signature over and over again. Each stroke of the pen is taken with utmost seriousness, aware of the gravity it would soon hold. Another impatient ring, and the tip of the pen slips, leaving the letter O in a rather unsightly shape. But the call isn't on his phone, it's the one on his assistant's desk, which definitely means it isn't to his concern.
What are you waiting for, Friedrich? Pick up the phone already!
The assistant, buried in paperwork, fails to react to the ring.
Ah, Pick up the phone, you hear? Damn it. I still fail to understand why they would assign me a deaf sloth as an assistant. I'll have you fired the moment I set foot on the fatherland.
George storms over to the assistant's desk to scold him. Jolting an alert, the assistant grabs the receiver.
That's more like it.
To George's surprise, the assistant then immediately puts the receiver down.
That was an awful racket, sir.
How dare you!
The man checks his watch, paying no mind to his superior.
I have more pressing matters to attend to. Yes, it's about time.
He stands up, picks up the receiver again, and hangs it up once more without a word.
What? Explain yourselves this instant!
Huh. I owe you no explanation, sir.
Who could that be?
Come in.
You!
All attempts to reach the investigators sent to Hill 299 has failed. Sears puts his communicator down, pauses, and tries again, this time calling Hound. But only Static's replies.
No response either.
Cruz watches the passing politics with growing unease. They don't flinch under Cruz's gaze. In fact, they don't seem to pay him any mind at all. Their limited time is devoted by the pressing matter of peace. Peria exits the nearby building.
Sir, a new batch of counter-arcanum devices has been deployed, as instructed.
Good. Any contact from Meryl in the past 3 hours?
No. She's probably still on the front. There's a lot of celebrating going on out there.
Chris tries to communicate her once more, this time calling a different squad member.
Something's not right.
The shot rings out like a thunderbolt on a cloudless day. Like, there goes the ceasefire. Steel Eye veterans fans out, searching for the gunfire source.
What's the location? I saw them in that house.
Hey Panzer! Welcome in. Thank you for the stretch. Thank you for the hydrate.
I have to.
The young man begins his charge, only to be held back.
Get back here, Parabi! We need to get to the command post and inform all security staff to resume combat positions.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh, what's happening? As he walks into the open, he is flanked by soldiers covered in pitch black.
Finally. No more hiding. The moment of truth has arrived.
He raises a hand, and the soldiers around him stand at attention.
Leave a few of the Foundation lapdogs alive. I have something to say to those sanctimonious hypocrites. As for the rest, kill them all.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first? Perfectly understood. To the left.
Wait for the right into the darkness.
Keep calm.
Non voltarti indietro. Liberato dal fratello.
I look forward to punishing you. Perfectly understood. To the right. Please, allow me. Journey to the cosmos. Feel my dark embrace. Flee, mortals!
Wait for the right moment.
Perfectly understood. To the left.
You'll see it coming.
Stay back, I say! Regaining control of our bodies.
Into the darkness. Wait for the right moment. Into the darkness. Addio, straniero. You'll see it coming. Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi.
Search every room. Leave no stone unturned.
The ceasefire starting descends into a bloody firefight. Every few seconds, a heavy soft thud echoes as something limp crashes in the ground from above. Fantastic security officers what resistance they can. The counter-arcanum displays they deployed provide them with moments to price.
Oh, but keep that signing desk and the documents on it intact. It'll make for a great headline shot. Perfect for the front page of the papers. Now, bring her out.
Who's we taking out? Marsha? The soldiers of the management carries out the orders in wordless foot lockstep. Soon bodies in white and black riddles the streets. Moments later, two soldiers march a hostage into the center of the empty streets.
Quiet.
Once again, the assassin-turned-officer raises his hand and checks his watch.
Better late than never.
He strides forward as if participating in a triumphant parade. Stopping only a few short paces from the Foundation command post, so near that she can hear the flag fluttering in the wind.
All that endless searching, huh? Well, here we are. You finally caught us.
He spreads his arm wide like a showman.
You might ask, why must things end like this? Why must we kill one another? Do you want to know why? Because our pleas, our pain, our suffering were all ignored by you. Humans started this war, all these wars, and yet you hurled us arcanists onto the front lines like cheap cannon fodder. You have created a world that despises us for our bloodlines and mocks us for our arcane skills. Yet you force us to use those very skills to fight the war machines you built. You humans have sown untold horrors in the name of conflicts created by your own hand. And still, you refuse us even a single scrap of bread in reward. These are the lessons history has taught us. A history of arcanist suffering that must end.
He draws a pistol from his waist and toys with it.
So when I heard that arcanists were uniting, marching under the banner of a formidable army, I caught a glimpse of hope. In fact, it shone like never before. Foundation lapdogs, human scum, mark my words. This war has only just begun. From this era onward, the unjust reign of humanity shall be overturned. All arcanists from every era shall march under the banner of Manus Vindictae, until the ultimate, most glorious era arrives.
Got sniped. A bullet rips through his temple. Is it Citadel? Has to be sent over for smoke grenades. The remaining soldier drops where they stand.
Who did that?
Lapdogs, eh? Couldn't come up with anything more original.
The stray hound at last returns. He marches straight towards the command post, kicking the fallen Manus Vindicta's officer corpse with good measures.
Command post clear now.
So that's how it looks like. The door swings open. Security staff crosses scans for trouble. Kuya stands inside waiting.
You're late, Yemalai.
At least you're not dead. You won't always have someone around to cover your ass, Chris.
As always, Chris finds it easy to simply sidestep his unsubordinates.
What have you found?
Long story short, we're a step behind the Manus. They've got an army, launching an assault on the front lines as we speak. We're talking about a force the size of a traditional brigade, possibly even two. They're hiding out beneath Hill 299, and every one of their soldiers is an arcanist.
Hill 299? Any news on Charles and Amanda?
He lets the swagger drop from his voice.
Yeah. They're both dead. But they did leave behind some critical info. Turns out Manus Vindictae's built a colossal, full-fledged underground fortress inside Hill 299. That's where all these Manus troops have been coming from. The ones here in the safe zone and the ones sent to eliminate the human soldiers at the front.
Did you carry out the other order?
Yeah. I've sent the request for reinforcements and your frontline contingency plan to headquarters. All available Foundation personnel in the region are moving towards the designated locations on the front. All except Meryl. I haven't been able to make contact with her.
Chris nods an understand gesture of approval. He says nothing about Meryl's radio silence, as if he's been anticipated all along.
You really gonna do this, huh? This so-called frontline contingency plan?
I don't think we have much choice.
How are we gonna deal with Hill 299? It came out of nowhere.
Every plan has its surprises. We'll deal with it. Follow me. We're going to the front lines. You can fill me in on the details on the way.
To be continued.
The lapdogs are barking again. Their masters remain quiet, for the most part. And you know why.
See, dog whistle. Their master remains quiet for the most part, and you know why.
But silence gives no orders. So the masters whistle. Just a pitch, no words. And so no words are heard. Only the baying of dogs.
What do you mean, I don't know why? Oh, wait, what do you mean, I know why?
Perhaps you've forgotten the words echoed in that cave, darling. Never mind. Forgetfulness can be a mercy, especially in this dogfight. If only these hounds would forget their training, then perhaps at last, the barking would stop.
So stage 19. A false dawn. Only the dead have seen the end of war.
What's that sound?
Isn't there supposed to be a ceasefire? Rudolph has set about packing his things. Like many in the trenches, he doesn't have much, but his greatest treasure is a pile of manuscripts and notes. He lifts his head. A pale look glints behind his glasses.
What are you standing there for?
They're firing again.
So? Surely you're used to it by now.
The rumble of artillery has become so familiar to them that it returns to barely notice.
But isn't there supposed to be a ceasefire? I know it isn't official yet, but there's no point in firing now, is there?
Eric draws in a sharp breath. A low, ominous whistle follows.
Scheiße! In Deckung!
There goes the ceasefire. All at once, the quiet of front erupts in fire and fury. Did he get hit? The impact of the explosion shakes the trenches line in unyielding waves, the blast spraying mud and earth in every direction.
Verdammt! Has everyone gone mad? Diese alten Säcke! I thought they were supposed to be negotiating peace!
Why? Why are we fighting again?
Rudolph sprawls out on the ground, trying to find his baggage, which has been scattered in the blast. Clothes, notes, and cans are buried in loose dirt or carried off in the air.
No! Forget that rubbish! Get inside!
Eric forces his spectered soldier into a dugout, then forces him up to the parapet, peering over his periscope.
Scheiße! Scheiße! Who in the hell is attacking us?
I don't know.
Wait.
They're not even wearing blue. They're in all black.
Wait, is this like a third party?
Right. Are they wearing masks? Can they even see through them?
It's the Manus Vindictae.
The flank!
Scouts and messengers dash in every direction, alerting everyone they can reach of the attack.
I don't know who or what they are, but they're coming from our flank!
Verdammt nochmal!
A stray bullet shatters his periscope. He tosses the device down with a stream of curses. He grabs the messenger by the collar.
All men from the second company, assemble! Focus fire on enemies in black uniforms.
So it's a 5-person fight now. Let's grab our recommended is that one, huh? Okay. We'll get a poison just in case. And so who do we have? Wait. Alright, go for 2-2 and also. Okay.
Straight to the point. I like that.
Where are our men?
This is all I could find. We've been caught off guard. Everyone's confused.
Snap out of it! Scheiße! Don't you see what we're dealing with here? Get to your positions, boys. Fire! You hear me? Fire! Send these Scheißkerle to hell!
Jawohl!
Alright.
Draw strength from the heroes of yore. Stand firm against the tide of egotism. A pot of liquor amidst the flowers.
Wait for the right moment. Into the darkness.
I pledge my loyalty to you and my folly. If laughter is their weapon, then let them strike. Yo, you, noble or common? Avanza con una pasión inquebrantable.
So the Mantis Vindictus is stirring up trouble. I'm wondering if what the other side is gonna do.
Liberato dalla paura.
A mistake.
Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi.
The first assault breaks against the renewed defense, but the black-clad soldiers seem numb to their losses. They advance in rigid order, stepping over the dead and dying.
Have they lost their minds? They just keep charging right into our gunfire.
Are they like possessed or like mind controlled? Erich steps down from the parapet to relay orders. In every direction he sees, his comrades lying wounded. Only yesterday had they begun to believe their fight was over, but the rattling barrage has scattered their dreams. A new war has begun.
Look, the mist. What the hell is going on?
Rudolph hasn't reported back. Concerned, Ulrich begins to search the dim trenches for his friend, only to bump into a striking figure in a white uniform.
Are you the captain of the second company?
The man speaks with a gravity of command that Ulrich still has yet to find.
I am. You're with the Foundation?
Cheers nods, orchestrating the battle at hand in an organized manner.
I am Kreis, the commander of the Foundation personnel stationed in Montpay. This is an emergency situation. Manus Vindicte invaded the safe zone. We neutralized the threat there, but now they're on a mission to kill every human soldier on the front lines.
Every human soldier? You mean including those on the other side?
He struggles to find sense in the words. Curtis pats the soldier-turned captain with a firm and steady grip.
If you're willing to give up this position, follow me.
I couldn't give less of a damn about positions, but where are we going?
In a nearby section of trench.
Anyone still standing? Help me clear this bunker.
The field medic arrives in sync with the rest of the Foundation's team.
Doktor, mein Bruder! Ist verwundet! Bitte!
Bring ihn zu mir.
The soldier halts The soldier hauls his wounded comrade to the makeshift aid station. The man's leg hangs limp, soaked in dark red blood. Oh, it's Rudolph?
Easy. Put him down here. I'll patch him up. Have you seen any other Foundation personnel?
I think I saw one. A redhead.
Good. Go tell him we need medical supplies. They should have brought plenty from Montpay.
Right away.
Next to them, another soldier clutches his thigh, gasping for breath. Only a moment passes before yet another man is carried in. Marshall makes a brief inspection and returns to the soldier with an injured thigh.
I'll stop the bleeding first.
What about him?
He's dead. Now, relax and try to stay with me.
He's dead? No!
Himmelhilf! It's over! I'm dead! I'm dead!
No, you're not. Not today, anyway.
His vision blurs. For a moment, he thinks he sees a soldier in gray and blue uniform.
Is that...
Then he blacks out.
Update? Have you located Kreas?
He's somewhere in the trench. A soldier spotted him.
The man soon appears before them. With solemn deference, he nods to a sniper he once pursued.
I didn't expect to run into...
Save the pleasantries.
The response is blunt.
Marsha made known to me the situation. The Foundation ought to have a sharp plan, having requested me to join her. Speak then. What would you have me do?
Chris adjusts his tone to match.
The frontline soldiers have little experience fighting enemies with arcane skills. If they stay here, it's only a matter of time until they fall to the Manus. I'm going to move them to a safer strategic position. However, enemy forces on Hill 299 have us pinned down in the trenches. Manus Vindicte has turned it into an underground fortress, housing an estimated 10,000 troops. They've even... They've even positioned artillery on the hillside. Retreating under that kind of fire would be a death sentence.
Eliminate the threat from Hill 299. Then withdraw the troops from the front. This is the Foundation's plan?
Not the Foundation's plan. Not yet, at least.
A icy restraint condenses in the man's eager eyes.
This is my course of action.
How do you intend to do this? Even with an army of 100,000 at your command, to take a fortified high ground under artillery fire is no surety.
I know. That's why I need your help.
Chris stands solemn and sure, though he knows how absurd his request sounds.
Such an act is to walk into the valley of the shadow of death. What difference would be made if I lent my aid or withheld it?
If I recall correctly, gargoyles are insusceptible to poison gas.
That's correct. So?
So we may be able to take a subtler approach. Please, come with me. My subordinate will give you the details.
To be continued. Amidst the chaos, can you hear it? The low hum that comes before a great change. A recent report on Manus Vindictae. Reports continue to arrive from across the globe concerning Arcanists operating under Mantis Vindictae. A complete list of names and location can be found in the attached appendix. These individuals have been gathering in coordinated cells. Their training evident, given the efficiency and precision of their attacks against human military forces. It's no longer accurate to call them merely an organization. They are, in effect, an army. Each morning, I open what feels like 10,000 urgent messages clamoring for my attention. With still more pleas of reinforcements, our office has been working without pause. Fatigue has dulled even my anger. Nothing surprises me anymore, not even reports of skirmishes between warlords in the Eastern Territory. At times, I am tempted to reply that they needn't fret, east or west. It makes little difference, the entire world is sliding into chaos. The contingency plan, drafted by Sirs, has now been submitted to the committee for review. It addressed the escalating threat posed by Mantis Vindictae, should they succeed in building a large-scale regular force, or if their attacks continue to spread disorder. The proposal urges the Foundation to form its own standing military, rather than rely on Xenos. Kriya sets forth what he claims is the most effective approach, recruiting and regularizing both human and Arcanist soldiers already in the front. This is madness. Does he intend to make the Foundation a rival to every government on Earth? An entity viewed with still deeper suspicion. Kriya has always been radical, but war elevates such voices. He shows no concern for how the world might react, arguing instead that we live in an age of the storm could race at any moment. We are not obligated to heed the protests. Only recently would such word have been unthinkable. His position is plain. If Mantis Vindictae declares open war, government will have no choice but to align with the Foundation. Yet, should we follow his plan, we begin the most previous of games. Stage 20. Gates of Hell. This marks the beginning of another tragedy. They race through the mud and debris.
How much longer?
About 10 more minutes at this pace. Maybe less if there's no interruptions.
What an optimist.
There isn't anything more to say. They just keep moving until they leave the trench behind.
Take cover.
They dive into a shell crater. A bullet skips off the lip of earth in front of them, kicking up wet clouds of dirt.
Pin them down.
There's a fight! Alright, let's take these guys out. For 2-2.
So many people here. Feels like time to me is precious.
What is 52's animal? Is that like a plant?
Into the dark. Wait for the right moment.
A pot of liquor amidst the
You
flowers.
see it coming. Liberato dal fratello.
Avanza con una pasión inquebrantable. The feast of all feasts. So you, nobler common. Stand firm against the tide of ego. Is that a fairy in the liquor?
Into the darkness.
Dual lunacy, with a dream in your heart.
Addio, straniero. Leave it. Wait for the right
A
moment.
pot of liquor amidst the
Liberato dalla
flowers.
paura. Non voltarti indietro.
Ah, what a victory! And what a metaphor!
Clank. A searing hot shell casting ejects from the chamber.
Threat neutralized.
Nice shot. Right, we've arrived.
Yermola veers off to the side and drops into a stretch of abandoned trenches. Senator follows close behind. They stay before a sealed underground bunker. Yermola stops a short distance from the entrance, pulling his coat, a bundle of explosive, and a hastily drawn map.
Take these.
Without a word, she takes the key items for the suicide mission.
I'm surprised you agreed to this.
I have my reasons.
Sure. Let's go over the plan one more time. 2 of our investigators discovered a number of tunnels running under Hill 299. The one we've just arrived at leads directly to the Manus' ammunition depot. After the war broke out, the Manus sealed all accessible tunnels with poison gas. Judging by the bodies I found earlier, this gas can penetrate all existing gas masks. On the bright side, that means there aren't many guards in the tunnels. At least, that's what we think. Your goal is simple. Reach the ammunition depot, detonate the explosives, and destroy the fortress. After that, the Foundation will evacuate with the soldiers.
Good to know the Foundation's investigation bore some fruit.
Hill 299's so conspicuous that everyone just unconsciously overlooked it.
I'm prepared. You may leave now.
Alright. Good luck.
The man offers a wave. Once more, Yamala's footstep has faded into the distance. The sun opens the bunker door. Violet red mist billows out. She furrows her brow and takes a cautious sniff. Deftly as before, it has no effect on her. Yet from within, she can bear something dragging. Senator holds position at the door, waiting as the shadow shuffles into view. Ashuron! Wait, he could, oh yeah, he's dead, so. A grim figure emerges from the toxic mist.
What are you doing here?
Sharon drags the corpse out from the shelter and halts outside.
One war ends, and another begins. More lives will be claimed by their own kind. I am simply doing what I always do.
You knew of this tunnel.
Tunnel. I know nothing of it. The cloud of death hanging above this place. That is what led me here.
She knows better than to suspect him.
Cloud of death.
An ambiguous omen.
An omen. Tell me then, who will this cloud of death fall upon?
Death is impartial. It doesn't decide who will live and who will die.
But I can.
She breathes in the toxic air without concern.
I suggest you leave. Should this cloud not fall upon me, an explosion will soon obliterate Hill 299.
Do you intend to claim the lives of all the Manus Vindictae troops here?
Do you intend to stop me?
He broods for a moment. A silent war is waged behind his mask.
I should leave. Time is pressing.
As she turns, Sean's voice breaks through the sudden clarity.
I do not wish for such carnage to occur. Yet I am powerless to prevent it. But before you go, a word of warning. The war you've been fighting is, in fact, over. What lies before you is a conflict all its own, a much harsher path. You still have a chance to turn away from this and relieve yourself of the burdens placed upon you.
In view of the sufferers of this war, my burden is light. Harsh or not, I shall not waver from the path I have chosen.
You first set foot on the battlefield 5 years ago. What makes today different from that day?
I now know the true cause of the conflict, and I have seen the face of the true enemy. If I must sin to fulfill my sacrifice, then so be it.
Your willingness to suffer, your passion for sacrifice, it is beyond me. Perhaps you possess a wisdom beyond my comprehension. Yet, still, I feel a deep sadness for you. I am in no position to stop you from walking through the gates of hell.
To be continued. Stage 21. 1 hour politics. Practical results often hold more weight than following orders. Deep underground, darkness reigns. At first, she travels through cramped, unlit dirt tunnels until she reaches a poor concrete door frame. A cold echo tells her that she entered a wider space.
Le peuple qui marchait dans les ténèbres avait une grande lumière. Ceux qui habitaient les pays de l'ombre de la mort. Sur eux, la lumière a resplendi.
She taps into the power of her ancient bloodline, her eyes adjusting rapidly to the pitch black, yet she finds no comfort in seeing what surrounds her. Dark and vicious substance flows through the walls of the tunnel, like an endless mass of writhing insects. In their trance, they form some kind of unrecognizable symbols, shifting back and forth into chaotic shape.
Blasphemy.
But she sees more. But she has seen more. But she has seen far more sinister abyss in her time.
The fortress's center ought to be closer to the peak. But this path appears to be extending downward.
She unrolls the map and reads the included intel.
The Foundation's map says this is the route.
Plums of glass tumbles with the intruder's movement, stinging her nostrils.
Not the stench of rotting hay. Not garlic or onion either. This is a new kind of poison gas. Still, it has no effect on me.
Hopefully.
Where art thou?
An ethereal voice drifts down.
Agnes.
Dost thou hear me, Marie? I hear it not from thee.
You hear me not?
She looks up, seeing nothing but the vaulted ceiling. Agnes' voice is like a biting acid in her ears.
Where hast thou gone, Marie? I sense thou art somewhere deep below the earth, surrounded by that which I cannot clearly see.
Bodies lay scattered around me, Agnes. Many of them. They're Manus soldiers. It appears they attempted to flee through this tunnel but an hour ago.
She steps over the debris.
Their superior blocked their way and loosed upon them this poison gas, killing his own men.
Bodies stare up at her from unblinking eyes.
What kind of enemy am I soon to face, Agnes?
Art thou afraid? Thou must have spoken much, Marie. I shall not leave thee. I am listening. Only I yet hear not thy voice. Dost thou recall the day we hid together in the catacombs of the manor? Thou said unto me, thou feared not the ghostly tales thy grandmother once spake. Thou saidst thou bore a devil more terrifying than any tale. But on that night thy breath did tremble. Thou art afraid.
He halts at the descending stairway.
That was not the thing of which I was afraid, Agnes.
Once again, she realized her words cannot reach beyond the heavy rock above. From the depths of that pitch-black void, something awaits, stretching out sharp black claws.
I worry for thee, Marie. The path that thou dost walk holdeth no light. I can feel thee growing ever more distant from me. Whatsoever it is, whatever thou dost wish to do, I know thou art determined to see it to its end. But I pray thee, make haste and come unto us soon, wilt thou? Jusqu'à ce moment-là, je prierai pour ton âme.
Waves of cold snow scrapes over her skin as she readies herself for battle, then begins her journey down. In a brief lull between valleys, Aramol returns to the trenches. It's little trouble to find his commander in the sea of grey uniform.
To summarize, your troops must stay in place for the time being. We made contact with the other side. They'll cooperate with you to create a fire network against the enemy.
Let's hope they do cooperate.
Manus Vindicte has waged war against all humankind. We must work together if we're to get through this.
Eric knocks his helmet with frustration as he leaves, chafing at his orders, burdened by the lives placed in his care, wishing now, more than ever, that he was just a soldier again. Guillermo steps forward.
So, you're the commander too now, huh?
All I did was convince them to work with the Foundation.
But you don't represent the Foundation. Not without proper authorization for your plan.
The soldiers are desperate. I won't hesitate to do what I must to restore their home. What's the status on your mission?
The gargoyle's en route to the target location as we speak. Conservative estimates said she'll take another hour to get there.
Hal's voice comes out low and hoarse.
Well, who knows what she'll come up against. She might not make it.
Unusual for you to show compassion in such a moment.
It just brings back unpleasant memories. You know what I'm talking about, Chris.
That wolfish grin returns to Hal's face, and Chris ignores it once more.
Then we'll wait one more hour. The Foundation's reinforcements will likely have arrived by then. Should it come to it, we will regroup and consider our next steps with them.
Huh. If there really are reinforcements, that is.
They're launching a second offensive! Hold your ground!
We begin with white.
It's a tank! Wonder if the tank could get poisoned. Aim at the tank.
Draw strength from the stand firm against the tide of egotism.
Is that a berry in the liquor?
Enemy reaction predicted.
Oh, wait a sec.
Draw strength from the stand firm against the tide of
a pot of liquor amidst the flowers.
Wait for the right moment. Into the darkness.
Dual lunacy, with a dream in your heart. If laughter is their weapon, then let them strike.
You'll see it coming.
Oh, it does get poisoned.
Avanza con una pasión inquebrantable.
It will be over before you feel it.
Booby traps. There goes the tank. Oh, I need to level up Lucy one more time so she can do 4 attacks instead of 2.
Wait for the right moment.
Ahora solo tengo un único lugar al que this part should do.
Is that a berry in a pot of liquor amidst the
Liberato
flowers?
dalla paura.
Avanza con una pasión inquebrantable.
Each move on the board is an attempt to return to the future.
Charred earth splintered in the air, falling like black snow over the battlefield. The soldiers reel from another shockwave, scattered across the trenches. They grip their weapons tight, certain only for its coming battle. His index finger taps his rifle receiver with anticipation. He pulls out his communicator again and waits.
Finally.
Yep, that's what war is. The name Irene appears on the screen.
Chris, are you still in the front?
Yes, Mr. Irma, but I don't think we can hold out much longer. Has the committee reached a decision?
Not yet. The debate is still ongoing. The Doves find your frontline contingency plan absurd. They disapprove of the political risks involved in taking control of various nations' armies. But I personally find it feasible. Just to be sure, do you have a clear understanding of your ultimate goal?
He takes a deep, silent breath.
This war between Manus Vindictae and the Foundation will only end once one of the two parties is completely destroyed. And I refuse to let it be the Foundation. If we're to prevail, the Foundation cannot rely on Xeno alone. We need more capable soldiers. Soldiers like these on the front lines. With the proper arrangements, we may be able to recruit them to our cause. We'd have a whole new army to fight Manus Vindictae.
But even if you manage to bring them all, say, 100,000 soldiers on board, it still won't be enough to sustain modern warfare.
This is about the bigger strategic picture, not just a single recruitment effort. I'm suggesting that the Foundation start canvassing all human armies, especially those under attack by the Manus.
Bigger strategic picture. What about the governments behind these armies? Have you considered how they might react?
Thank you for the follow window.
Realize that the Foundation is their only hope. The last bastion for humanity to unite against their shared enemy. The Foundation cannot take responsibility for all the lives in this era or in any other. The storm is a near inevitability, and so too is the loss of many. Once it does come, the Manus won't hesitate to drag war into that new era, into any new era. It's time the Foundation took action and built an army capable of crossing the storm.
The politician on the other side falls. The politician on the other end falls into a deep, long silence.
Enact your plan, Kratos. As long as you're successful on your end, I will deal with the political obstacles in your way.
The call is cut. Kratos exhales.
What next, sir?
The young soldier watched Kratos waiting for orders with the dutiful stare. He cast a look towards Hill 299. The Manus Vindictae stronghold bristles with flashes of gunfire, yet to him, it looks as if it was a slumbering beast. Oh, for that one, you just click on, yeah, it says exclamation poker start. You got a fire type. I think, right? Or am I... Huh. That is fire type, right? Or am I thinking of a different one? Yep, okay. Yeah, it's a fire type.
We stand our ground for an hour.
To be continued. Alright, so I wonder if the next one is going to be Sandal in the bunker again. Stage 22. Brimstone and Fire. Past the border of bloodshed, boundaries and concept of purity and corruption. Yep, we're back. We're back in the bunker. Though Igna's voice has vanished, the sharp ringing in her ears remain.
What's that sound?
Oh, is she getting attacked? She casts more attention in the direction of the source of the sound, and the darkness is sliced like a curtain, a shadow that shouldn't be there and lurking behind a piece of wreckage. Oh, we got a survivor? Well, man, not gonna survive in the poison, so he's probably like dying soon. He lies prone, using bloodied fingers to scrawl erratic symbols across the ground. As the intruder draws near, he slowly raises his head.
Oh, it's you.
Wait, what do you mean it's you?
You murderer! You murdered me! You murdered Colton! You murdered Eugen too! You devil! You murderous demon!
I have no qualms in doing so again.
Thick, congealed black blood spreads across the ground.
Pathetic illusions. Incoming attack. From behind. From the height.
You can see...
From below. Right before me.
Oh, I forgot they had night vision, right? The gargoyles. Petrified claws tap down the soft neck with precision, pulling him up into mid-air, his claws clawing against the chokehold. Alright, take care. Have a good dinner. Thanks for coming by, and thank you for the follow again.
Let me go! Please!
She eases her grips if only for the length of the breath, yet the soldier sees the moment for all he's worth, drawing a blade from his belt. Wrong choice, soldier. She arrives at the land where the flower of death blooms. Corpse has strewn across the ground. A figure awaits at the far ends.
How many have you killed? Do you even keep count? Remember, they were all arcanists, like you.
Wait, so is this illusion or is it just a guy
This
talking?
is no matter.
So the killer does the killing, and the dead have no say at all. I like it.
A bullet rips through the officer's heart. A simple, blunt retort. She steps forward, only to find the figure standing before her once again. So it was an illusion.
Be gone. One day I shall personally deliver you to the fires of hell where you belong.
Oh, it sounds like you know who I am.
Do not think me deceived by your disguise. I am well aware that your taint has long been tangled in the blood of my family. Demon. Ladislas.
What is he doing here? Her devout cousin appears in the midst of the strange hell.
Dear cousin, I bring thee a final warning. Thou art but a step away from utter corruption. Thou hast killed many in the years past, and now thou dost stand at the edge of the abyss. Hast thou not understood the suffering endured by our fallen ancestors? Their conscience crumbled, their faith shattered, leaving naught but an insatiable thirst for blood. It paineth me to see thee walk that same wretched path.
The demon stands to the side with a hinged politeness, waiting for Lucas to have finished speaking before speaking again.
Well, don't blame me. I did nothing to entice her.
His voice no longer seems to come from the body before her, but some kind of faraway place in the darkened sky.
Maya made this choice herself. Her hands have long been soaked in blood. And yet, she has never been troubled by that so-called guilt of yours. I've come to adore her for that.
Perhaps it is true that this path of carnage shall save many lives, but why? I pray must it be thee who walkest it? Our blood beareth an impurity like no other. To kill so many is to will thyself to the bottom of the abyss, never to return. The 10,000 thou art soon to kill. Consider, I pray, how many among them are innocent victims of deception and coercion. The weight of so many lives shall weigh upon thee in far greater measure than any sin thou hast yet borne. What good shall it profit thee to gain the whole world, yet forfeit thy soul?
Did I hear that right? Are you also calculating the lives, Ladislas?
Speak no more of thy filthy words.
Oh, you silly, stubborn child.
What art thou, O wicked demon?
His throat is seized in both hands.
No! Marie!
Cousin! The demon released its grip. Ladislas' body collapsed among the other corpses. Senator watches the scene with probing gaze.
I silenced the noisy fool for you, Mariam.
Such pantomime shall not move me. This Ladislas was not but an echo lingering in my mind. An illusion.
I am your very nature. The core of your being.
Ground shakes and their bloody silence is shattered. The demon makes its way for her, casting a grim smile at the gargoyle before turning its head to look around. As the army rumbles into view, the strange sound of engine grows clearer as the armored vanguard grind over mangled corpses.
Manus Vindictae. They finally noticed you.
The demon turned its back to Citadel.
What a shame. They don't stand a chance against our ferocity. Do they,
She grips her gun, neither joining the demon nor turning away. She presses a kiss to the cold receiver.
I have seen sinners forsake themselves in service of the devil. The land they trod upon yielded only bitter, cursed fruit. But the hour for repentance has long since passed.
Come with me.
Then the Lord rained upon them, brimstone and fire.
Let's kill them all together.
Who made first thing? Shadow, okay. New boss.
These things are pathetic. I could almost laugh. You'll rip their throats out, won't you, Mayan? Every last one of them.
Shut your mouth. A tank. Here.
Look at you, Mayan. So tiny and pitiful on the face of that monster. Will you make it out this time? Or will you crumble?
Cease your endless words. Target locks down.
Into the darkness. Wait for the right moment.
Is that a fairy in the liquor?
This as well.
Addio, straniero. It will be over before you feel it.
Avanza con una pasión inquebrantable.
Coglione.
A shot hit.
Oh, the attack's not down yet.
Now is the time for repentance.
Hey, rule violation.
That was pretty good.
And what a metaphor. I have to put quota paper and send this off to the publishers.
It's Masha.
Marsha?
Marcia stands beneath the windmill, her black warhorse pacing idly in the grass.
I don't think I'll ever forget this windmill. The calm of this field. Can't believe I didn't appreciate how peaceful this place was the first time I came here.
She closes her eyes and breathes in the sweet scent of the meadow.
Perhaps it's because the land was quiet, just like our lives once were. And back then, we thought everything would be peaceful again once the war was over. I'm sorry. Why? There's no need to apologize.
I was nigh on killing you. No. In a way, I did kill you. Just as I've killed so many others.
It's not our fault. None of this is.
You may have granted me your forgiveness, but those who have forever lost their lives due to my actions, I shall never have the chance nor the right to earn theirs.
We didn't start this war, yet we have had to bear the brunt of the pain it has caused. If all the sins of war are laid at our feet, where is the fairness in that? No, I refuse to accept it.
Marcia sees an injustice.
Marie, perhaps when peace finally comes.
A gust carries her voice away.
Hmm?
The wind howls, and in it she hears the creaking of the old windmill. Senator walks along the path, wanting to stand closer to her, until the scene is torn apart by gunfire.
Masha!
Die!
Wreckage is soon over no man's land. The last of the Ascendal Force falls with a gurgling stream that ushers the silence of death. The demon and the Gorgo stand side by side, looking over the destruction.
Take it all in, Maya. The pools of blood, the piled corpses that linger in echoes of the dead, their whimpering, desperate cries. How long has it been since I last witnessed such a beautifully gruesome massacre? The ancient bloodlust within you truly has awakened. You slaughtered every last one of them. Well done. Now, hand me the explosives. It's time to end them all.
The demon holds out his hand, asking for the weapon that will take the lives of 10,000 men.
Get thee behind me, demon.
I won't force you. The choice is still yours. So, which will it be? The weight of 10,000 lives, or one that is 10 times harder to bear? Well, their blood will be on your hands, that's for certain. But the responsibility won't rest on you alone. Your soon-to-be blood-soaked hands have been forced. These are the only choices you have left.
The Gorgo removes the bundle of heavy explosives and grabs them tightly as they were prayer beads.
I am powerless to cleanse the filth that muddies my blood. Just as I am powerless to erase the sins I have already borne. I have descended into the depths of hell. I know that. And this ancient darkness has already taken root in my soul. But if sacrificing one can save 10, if sacrificing 10,000 can save 100,000, if someone must make that impossible choice, then I am willing to bear that sin.
She hands the explosives over to the demon.
That's the spirit. From now on, we will walk together, side by side. A greater power as one.
Before he can say anything, the bayonet stabs through his body. Sentinel pulls out her bayonet and pushes the demon away, who staggers further back.
You are fascinating, Mariam. You know this won't harm me. So why did you do it?
She lets out a heavy, labored breath.
Look upon me, demon. I am not like my ancestors, to be led astray by their thirst for blood and your honeyed words. Whatever choice I make of my own free will. I will not let your taint spread within my soul. Yet still, your power shall be mine to command.
The figure vanishes, yet she can still feel the demon cackle madly from the depths of hell.
Truly are a genius, Maya. A ruthless killer, a greedy devil. And my most worthy child.
Hmm?
Join me, let us reign together in hell.
Agnes, quand j'étais jeune, je ne comprenais jamais vraiment les mots que tu disais. Pourquoi un homme porterait-il volontairement les péchés de tout le monde pour les biens des autres? Je réfléchissais à cela. Si toute la culpabilité et toute la souffrance m'étaient imposées, comme ce serait cruel et injuste. Mais maintenant je pense... Peut-être qu'il est préférable qu'elle soit seule à moi à porter. Je suis désolée, Agnes.
Attention all Foundation operators. The Mammoth Fortress at Hill 299 has been destroyed. Execute retreat as planned.
Wir sind gerettet?
Ganz genau! Na los! Gut, du kannst noch stehen. Lass uns diese verdammten Schutzgräben hinter uns lassen.
Wer bist du? Ich verstehe nicht, was du sagst.
She made it! She's alive!
The Manus Fortress has been destroyed, and the soldiers have been led in retreat to the rear. I understand.
I understand.
Thank you for your support in this critical time, Mr. Ironeye.
To be continued. Yup. Welcome in, Emmy Fire. How's your day? Harsh condemnation. We take a strong stance against the abuse of alchemy on the battlefield, especially those that have not undergone through experiments. A formula asserts living bone buds, withered mandrake leaves, or owl feathers, turbinate, burnt in an airtight container. Oily volatile liquid carries a moss-like scent, weakly soluble in water but readily absorbed by animal fat. Cause immediate nervous system damage, including tremors, athlesia, mania, delirium, muscle paralysis. In rare instances, it may temporarily increase arcane abilities. Jack jumper ants, inchman ants, sulfur, processed and acid-treated belladonna juice, using mithril as a catalyst. Colorless glass with a faint garlic smell that often gets hidden by other odors. Slightly acidic, easily soluble in water, and potentially explosive at high concentrations. Cause acute liver and kidney injuries and mucous injuries, with particularly strong effects on humans. Surname toad, blood roots, brown algae, shed snake skin, heat to 180 Fahrenheit while adding caloric gas. Deep purple gas with sharp, irritating smell, slightly suitable in water, slightly denser than air, and easily decomposed when exposed to light. Cause lacrimation and coughing. Pulmonary edema occurs within 2 to 3 minutes of inhalation. Both humans and arcanists may experience hallucination after exposure. Your Excellency, there's nothing we can do. Naturally, no one who wields power imagines themselves as a child playing with knives. A undelivered letter. It has taken me a long time to write this letter, though my mind has never ceased its vigilance. You know as well as I that I spent my life mastering the concealment of intent, approaching even the unknown with scholar patience. You know too why I have worked to prevent conflict, not from idealism, but because I have seen what war truly leaves behind, long before the foundation, long before the storm rose. My principle has often led me to aid or forge alliance with adversaries. I have long sought to create a balance between human and arcanist. I firmly believe that force is a tool, nothing more. It is misused and its misuse brings only chaos. While we may bear a fraction of the consequence, ordinary lives carry the rest. I have acted with care, and for that I have been called a dove, a label I dismiss. My concern has never been for titles or comfort, only for what must endure. So you know this faction is largely credited by the rise of the Hawks. Community members, worried and distrustful, sought to establish a military force directly under Foundation control. Meanwhile, the storm had transported us back to the time dominated by warfare. Kriya's philosophy runs contrary to our values and the tradition that preserves a fragile equilibrium. His considered plan would only threaten security, but collapse. Should we provoke government, forsake our meditating role, or course alliance? How could the Foundation survive the storm, Manus Vindictae, or the world itself? And yet, I cannot deny that Krios has succeeded, though his triumph shows me more than its risk ashore. Hill 299 is secure. 8th Division has been withdrawn from the frontline trenches. Soldiers untrained against arcane assault survived where they would otherwise have perished. Nearly 100,000 soldier lives were spared, all achieved under the shadow of his contingency plan. None can dispute the effectiveness of his actions, but effectiveness is not wisdom. The current he has unleashed will embody the reckless. Those who were once cautious now leans towards the Hawks. The balance have preserved hangs with the thinnest of threads. When the battlefield dispatch arrives, I understood the inevitable. People will now march willingly in the chaos, blind to the storm, gathered beneath the feet. It's the same thing as Nautica. Another playable character survived. Stage 23. The Pardon. Coffee, pastry, family. Memories of simpler times and the honest chain. After yet another night passes, the hidden chapel once again welcomes the light of day. Time passes, reaching near the midday, and the grassy courtyard holds its quiet with the patient born of humanity. The awaited figure finally appears at the forest's edge. She spends the night tending to her wounds.
My Marie, thou hast returned.
She holds back the earth to embrace her family. Her arms are filled with silver trays of coffee and pastry.
Coffee?
Oui, just to thy liking. No milk, no sugar. There are also vanilla macarons and Mont Blanc besides.
The bright colors of the pastry feels all the more surreal from the darkness she's gone through. Sentinel takes the warm coffee from her aunt's hand and takes a small sip in disbelief. Of course, it's far from the quality of the personal cafe, but at this moment, it is more than enough.
Where did you get these desserts?
The woman clasps her hands together, wearing a faint, bittersweet smile.
Yo, who is here, mon petit chou?
Sentinel takes notice of the tall figure stepping into view, a face she has not seen for a long time.
Mayan.
Father, what brought you here?
A pardon hath been issued by the President. Thou art free. As for Ladislas, he is gravely ill. His stubbornness was ever bound to lead to trouble.
He ends the topic with mild discontent.
To answer thy question, I am here to gather ye. We are to depart.
So, you are now the leader of the clan?
Verily, after all we have suffered under this war, someone must lead the Tenebron family's reconstruction. I seek to re-establish contact with those of our kin with whom we have lost fellowship. The hand of Manus Vindicte has not yet fallen upon Paris. I have purchased a number of dwellings on Montmartre. They are to be our temporary homes until the conflict between the Manus and the Foundation reaches its end.
The Tenebron Patriarch makes an interpudal gesture as he turns to face Agnes.
Agnes shall be sent to our cemetery in Rouen.
Cemetery?
She cannot or will not accept the words.
But Agnes is not dead. She's simply... Ladislas said there was a reason behind her.
Marianne raises her eyes and meets her father's mournful gaze.
This is what comes of disrespecting tradition, Marianne. Thou wert too easily swayed by Ladislas's maddened words.
He lied to us?
Nay, I believe not that such was his intent. He was simply too fervent in his pursuit of Gnosis. There is no record in the family archives that suggests any sort of prophecy should befall our kin in so strange a form. Agnes's condition is the result of a tragic accident, nothing more. There is no divine meaning behind it whatsoever. Her fear of the war was too great. She simply faltered in the casting of her arcane skill and petrified her body to the core.
That is all. I know well that Agnes meant a great deal to both Ladislas and thee, but she was only an ordinary child. She was not an angel descended from heaven. Though it doth bring sorrow for me to say, we must all come to accept that no miracle shall ever come to Agnes. She will forever remain a statue.
He reaches out to take his daughter's soldier. He reaches out to take his daughter's shoulder, already bearing too many burdens. The conversation falls away in a pensive silence before the statue of Agnes. He's the first to leave, attending the more pressing matter. Several moving trucks has already parked outside the church. Trembling chains pierces the air.
Marianne, thou hast returned. How?
He staggers forward, as if pushed by some invisible force, drawing closer to the citadel. In his palms lies a chain that glints coldly in the sunlight.
Merde. I thought father was only... Have you truly fallen ill?
That I have. But what of thee, Marianne? Art thou not in a condition far graver than my own? Or art thou simply too blind to see it?
He babbles on. With every word, his madness grows. There seems to be no trace of his own humanity
My soul
left.
is stained with the wickedness of sin. Thou art as miserable as I. Oh, Lord, I can smell the stench of hell upon thee. Thou hast passed through the gates of hell and returned. Marianne, how wretched.
You are ill, Ladislas. Gravely so. Take a moment's rest in the quiet of a sanatorium upon reaching Barry, won't you? It ought to do you good.
That is glints like a child sharing a secret.
Perhaps I shall. But thou wilt not return with us, wilt thou?
I am yet undecided. Perhaps I will.
Nay. Nay. Thou must not. Thou must never return.
Why?
I see that which others cannot, and I see it in thee. Thou art not who thou once was. Inside thee, there is a demon. The demon which doth linger in our veins. It hath opened its eyes, its wretched eyes.
Welcome in, Millie. Congrats on redeeming second. I just howls in pain. His body shaking violently. The chains in his hands clatter and rings.
Thou cannot return, cannot turn back, for there is no path left for thee. But I desire not more than to aid thee, my dear cousin. Yea, I shall help us all, but most especially thee, to atone for my transgressions.
The shaking stops, and all at once he bows with a gesture of utter submission, presenting the chain before her.
Ladislas.
These shackles are a soul-binding chain, a cage, yea, but I beg thee accept them. And I shall devote my life to prayer over thee, both night and day, that thy soul shall not be shaded in eternal darkness. May thy blood be washed clean one day. May it nourish the soil when thou art laid to rest. May thy journey to hell yet be graced by God's mercy.
Another not-so-light burden to serve as a constant reminder of the limit of evil.
And if I refuse these shackles...
It mattereth not. I shall pray for thee still, as I have ever done.
A sudden impulse moves her to look at the statue of Agnes. At last, she takes the chain. The metal hangs in her hands. Its weight feels far greater than its size would merit.
Dis à mon père que je ne reviendrai pas. Tant que le véritable conflit ne sera pas terminé.
To be continued. Heartfelt blessing. How would you calculate the distance between two reuniting parties? To Marianne. Marianne, I hope you understand why I couldn't say goodbye properly, as I understood when you did the same. By the time I finally learned where you have gone, you were already deep underground, facing poisonous gases. Anyway, I just wanted this letter to reach you safely. The 12 required a medic, and although I sensed there was something distant about the squad, I accepted. It would keep me on the front lines longer, and Mr. Kriya's invitation could not have been more timely. Of course, this means I had to leave immediately with the squad. We're moving to the Eastern Front soon, where some of my comrades are reportedly stationed. While I'm now part of the 12, I have been granted permission to operate independently to the Eastern region for a while. I'm hoping to locate some of my former comrades from my order to see if any might be interested in joining the Foundation. Marianne, I know your family has an unusual constitution, and you might think overly cautious, but I have to say this. After prolonged combat in poisonous gas conditions, you really should get a full medical examination. Wishing you all the best, Marcia. The Hill. So, stage 24, The Hill. A tiny fraction of those names. We can see Sharon. I completed the mountain, though only a fraction. I completed the mountain, though only a mere fraction of what death truly claimed. It left everything behind: a coat, a helmet, a pair of boots, a butterfly-covered notebook. Everything that once belonged to a young man named Paul.
Your war is over, Paul.
His belongings are fitly buried at the last grave, besides the major who died upon the hill. A clatter of hooves approached from the road.
Andreas?
The name is whispered softly, as if not to disturb those resting here. The sound stops where gravel meets the mush of mud and snow melt. A black horse breaks the veil of mist and approaches. The horse exhales a comforting snort, leaning in, yearning for his hands.
Good boy. You have been gone for a long time. Off to dangerous places again to search for your lost friends? It seems luck has been on your side. You have dodged danger time and again amidst the slaughter. But I cannot help but worry that one day a stray bullet will pierce you, or a poison gas will choke you.
The horse lowers its head.
Harshness is not my intention, Andreas, but I am grateful that you have returned to my side, hale and whole.
They look eastward, towards the rising sun, where ominous clouds gather.
Es ist Zeit. The next destination is a distant one. Your help will be appreciated.
Andreas tilts his head to one side, signaling his master's attention to the youth who arrived behind them.
Mr. Charon, is this your horse?
The grim figure turns his face towards the source of the question.
In a sense, young man.
Oh, then it's nothing. He showed up near Montpellier all by himself, so I followed him here to see if he might be connected to Manus Vindicte.
The Foundation is still in Montpellier.
We'll head off soon, along with the soldiers, to a safer position. By the way, do you know where Blackbird is?
Blackbird?
Oh, I mean
Oh, Meryl. Yep.
The girl who went to the front with you. I haven't been able to get in touch with her since the Manus attacked. Where could she be? I just hope she hasn't gotten herself into any serious trouble.
She is alive and well.
Surprised. The young man's eye aligned with joy.
She is? Where did you see her?
That I cannot tell.
His gleam dims as Peril adjusts to the unexpected refusal.
Why?
She does not wish to be found.
What? She doesn't want to come back with us?
Correct. She is afraid of the war that lies ahead. Bloodshed, carnage. She was unprepared to witness such harrowing scenes. She requested I not reveal her whereabouts to the Foundation. In fact, she demanded a promise.
I don't understand. How could you just let her go like that? Isn't she more likely to run into danger if she's on her own? And leaving like this, she'll be marked as a deserter. Oh no.
I know little of your rules. But a promise was made, and her reasoning is understandable. It is her right to turn away from her fear, just as it is anyone else's.
The young man never thought about how to cope with such a situation. He scratches his head at last, arriving at a simple conclusion.
Fine. At least she's still alive. But I can't leave her alone out there. I'll find a way to track her down.
Her voice is clear and certain. He's willing and able, no matter how daunting the task ahead.
Thank you for the information, Mr. Carroll. Goodbye.
Welcome in, Dashin. How's everything? How's your day? He sets off on the road back to Montpellier. They watch him together, horse and rider, as he disappears into the woods.
Has he gone?
Yes.
The girl leaps out from the grass.
Why did you tell him that I'm still alive?
You did not request that it be kept a secret.
Fine.
He nods his assent and begins to shuffle away. Andrea snorts as it circles between them. Meryl pats the horse's cheek.
Charon.
Huh?
Actually, I wasn't serious, you know, when I said I wanted to become a gravekeeper here.
The dead need no company, and every tombstone will one day fall to decay. In the end, time will pull us all into the sea of oblivion. Nothing in this world is immortal.
The young girl scratches at the fabric covering her face. The tension of being a deserter seems to make her skin itch.
Right. Well, anyway, the gravekeeper joke was a bad one, I admit it. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not sure where to go next. I mean, who else can I depend on besides the Foundation? I definitely don't want to get caught by Manus Vindicte, that's for sure. Trust me, you don't want to know what they were doing in Antarctica. Oh, not the Antarctica in this era, the one from before. Anyway, my point is, I can't deal with them on my own. but I can still do something. Like dealing with troublemaking critters. So, if you need that kind of help, maybe we can travel together. I trust you.
My path will have little safety.
That's alright. I'll just run off when danger comes.
In that case, follow me. We will take a detour to avoid entering territories under the Foundation's surveillance.
He retrieves the familiar chocolate from his coat. They're unmelted and cool to the touch, despite them having kept so close to his body.
If you're hungry, these can be returned to you. Andreas will carry you, should you go tired.
The soldier who has at last escaped war nods with joy.
Got it!
The revision to the Storm Reformation Act has been added to the agenda, and the committee will soon begin the next round of discussion. You'll need to attend the meetings as well. Recent events have given the Hawks a stronger voice, and they are in favor of expanding the authority and budget of Team Timekeeper. Stay ready, Burton.
Understood.
Foundation staff and committee members hurry through the hallway. Just as they exit Miss Z's office, they're met with a familiar voice.
Timekeeper.
Were you waiting for me?
No, just a happy coincidence. I'm glad to know that you remember me.
Of course. Your decisiveness saved the lives of many soldiers on the battlefield. I also heard that the Doves agreed to further implement your frontline contingency plan after the Monpei crisis was resolved.
Huh. I'm surprised to see you're interested in politics.
I'm not interested, just informed.
Krios brushes aside the topic without comment.
I've been wanting to speak with you since our last meeting was cut short, but this certainly isn't the place for a proper conversation either. Contact me if you're interested. I have some very valuable information for you, I'm sure. Both about the Foundation and about...
Seeing the unexpected results, he smiles and hands over an envelope.
I look forward to hearing from you. I'm sure we will make excellent collaborators.
Excuse me, Timekeeper.
Senator rushes over, looking at the red-haired man with a mix of suspicion and confusion.
Oh, Mr. Krios, do you have an urgent matter you'd like to discuss with the Timekeeper? I can arrange a meeting for you if necessary.
No need for that. I was just saying hello. Until next time. Timekeeper. Miss Sineto.
He gives a nod, slight but confident, then he takes his leave.
Timekeeper, is there something wrong?
It's nothing. You seem a little anxious, Sineto. What's the matter?
Sonetta takes out her communicator.
Timekeeper, you need to look at this. It's an important message.
What's the message from?
Sent from Lydia.
Oh!
I've been on a mission on the Eastern Front, under the direct orders of Admiral Som. Guess what I found, Capitan? An Xeno outpost without... From the looks of it, I think it's the rebels. I can tell in more detail. Call me back as soon as you can.
The message ends in a burst of static.
I tried to contact Miss Lilia after receiving the message, but I couldn't get through. She mentioned Xeno rebels. This is worrying.
Could it be Igor? Lilia might be in trouble. Sinetto, I think we'd better pay another visit to Madame Z.
And that's the end of the event.
I'm sorry, but I think it's time you left. There will be little more to see here.
See you next time.
Next time? Are you so intrigued by the life of a pension-drawn widow? I would decline, but my upbringing demands otherwise. How unfortunate. Well, perhaps it's better to drink dirty water beneath the eaves than to eat dust on the battlefield. That is all. Hurry along to the Eastern Front. Check on your friend. I will pray for her.
Free intelligence. Intelligence may be priceless, but it never comes free. Burn after reading. Due to unexpected circumstance, I had temporary access to an incomplete report. While the information is contained was too fragmented to understand the complete situation, it did reveal one fact. Xeno and the Foundation has been secretly working on storm research. This work is entirely separate from any known research and lies beyond the scope of security clearance. What is particularly concerning is that the majority of the Foundation staff and the class personnel appears completely unaware of these covert operations. The mere existence of such hidden activities is, in itself, deeply concerning. Alright. So it's midnight, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually do Tenant's story. So thanks everyone for coming out for today's stream. Thank you Decaf, ShinyBot, and Night Hunter Teresa for the raids.